Hey everyone, this is Kayleen Salchenberg-Steeves, and I work in the College of Business on all things paying for college. So today, I am here to give you 5 tips to remember so you can be financially smart from the start of your career here at Oregon State University. Tip number 1. If you are eligible to complete the free application for federal student aid, so if you are a U.S. resident or a permanent citizen and you are eligible to fill out that FAFSA every year, or if you are an undocumented student from the state of Oregon and you're eligible to fill out the Oregon Student Aid application, you should be filling those out as soon as it becomes available in October every year for the following academic year. The reason is there are certain financial aid programs that might be first come, first served basis. So once it's awarded out to everybody and there are no funds left, then they can't award certain programs anymore. So if you want to be considered for the maximum amount of financial aid packaging and programs, then you need to fill out your FAFSA and or ORSA as soon as it becomes available in October for the following academic year every year. Tip number 2, you are an Oregon State student, then you should be completing what is fondly known as Scholar Dollars. So for any of our OSU-wide scholarships for continuing students or department to department, for those OSU scholarship funds, if you want to be considered for those, you need to fill out Scholar Dollars. It's in OSU specific scholarship program. It's one application for OSU wide scholarships and also scholarships within any major or department that you're associated with. It's a one-stop shop. There's lots of funds that you're considered for by those, potentially 1 to 2, maybe even more depending on how many majors you might have, applications. They're really to the point, and it's a great place for students to go to be considered for those funds. They become available every year in November with a final deadline of February 15th, so mark your calendars. Step 3, if you want to create an academic plan with your advisor and you want to continue to update that academic plan as your life sort of progresses here and unfolds here at Oregon State University. So it's more than just even a term at a time. Go in and create a long-term academic plan, maybe 1 year out, maybe 2 years out, maybe now through graduation. But not only does that help you stay organized around what classes you need to be taking and when, because there are certain classes that are only offered certain terms. There are certain sequences of classes that you need to be taking. You might need to earn a particular grade in a class to continue on to other classes. Just you as a person and what works best for you in your life as a student. All of those things can be considered as you're creating a well thought out plan with your academic advisor. And along with that academic plan that kind of gives you a bearing of what classes you're going to be taking term by term, this leads me to tip number 4. You can create a term by term paying for college plan and budget. So we have posted tuition and fee charts. You can go in now and start getting an idea of what's this upcoming term going to cost me? What about the following term? I think I'm going to be taking 10 in-person classes as a College of Business Oregon resident student and 3 online classes. How much will that cost me? You can start doing the math now and evaluating your financial aid packages, potentially your scholarships that you have coming in. What's actually going to pay out each and every term towards my OSU bill. And you can do the math. Am I over what I owe OSU? So is that going to be a refund? Or am I under what I owe OSU? So am I going to have a bill that I'm planning for? And are there other resources to help me or other ways that I can save money so the funds that I have stretch? But you're not going to know unless you get it down on paper and you do some planning. So drum roll, tip number 5 is use your resources. So there is a Canvas site, which Those of you who don't know Canvas, you will know this very fondly once you are a student at OSU. But we have a site available for our students to help them with all the things that I've listed today and more around basic college financial literacy, whether it's videos, information, worksheets, and a whole plethora of resources. So it is important to realize that there are so many offices and programs on our campus, and we all want you to be successful. And it can be a little overwhelming to know what resource can, help out in your situation, what other resources you might, need to access, and that sort of thing. So looking at the OSU Canvas site can be a great starting point for that. At the same time, you can always set up a one-on-one advising appointment with me, Kayleen Salschenberg. So if you're a current student, you have an active Oregon State username and ID, you can set up an appointment with me through Handshake, or you can email me directly and we could set something up to meet remotely. Financial aid, and I put that up there because that's a big one for students who are FAFSA eligible to complete that FAFSA. So they have one-on-one advising. They have, people who can quickly answer some questions over the phone. They can respond to emails. A plethora of information through, connecting with the financial aid office. Also, the one thing we all have in common are student bills when you register for a class. So it's important to understand how billing works. So how to pay your bill, what happens if you have a refund, things along those lines. So there's a student billing information. This is the picture of that website that I was telling you about. Again, anywhere from financial security, budgeting, and then all things paying for college. So this is a good, sort of self-study place to go, but also a way to find your resources. So here's an example of the resource page. Anywhere from ways to find additional funding, if you're a non-resident, how you can save money, and then all savings and resources. So anywhere from tuition, student fees, textbooks, housing, food, transportation, dependent care, health and wellness, and then general administration offices. I have added to this list since then. So this is an ever-changing and growing list. Thank you so much.